Welcome to another episode of Honesty Hour, and I have my questions, guys. So today's episode is going to be about mental health. And I know we all like to say, mental health is, it's not important, and a lot of people, they used to, better thing to talk about, so it's becoming a more relevant thing to talk about due to all the things that have been happening lately as far as, single mothers. And my condolences to the woman that lost her life to domestic violence, and also my condolences go out to those that are suffering with mental health, trying to heal and having children. You have to be a wife, mother, you have to be a daughter, you have to be a doctor. Salutes to all of y'all, whoever you might be, okay? Salutes to you, and I'm giving you your props right now just because I know it is not easy, okay? All right. And I just decided to talk about mental health just because it's important. And I've been dealing with my mental health since a very young age, and it is something that needs to be discussed. We cannot sweep it under the rug. As much as people like to say, your mental health does not affect your actions. It really does. And for people that always say, like, you shouldn't treat people a certain way just because you have mental health issues. Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. These mental health issues is the reason why I treat you the way that I do. So, props out to those that are still very much functioning with those mental health issues, and they are able to hide them until, when they're alone at night. Props to y'all, okay? Props to y'all. I just wrote a few things. I got about 20 things I want to discuss as far as like mental health, and how would you know if you have an issue, and and then the next episode for Honesty Hour is going to be about safe coping strategies. So we're not just going to brush it under the rug, guys. We are going to get it in check, all right? And as much as I like to say and do positive things, I sometimes do have issues with my mental health as well. That's just it. So, how would you know if you do have mental health issues? Well, the first step would be, have you ever experienced a terrible occurrence that impacted you significantly? Examples could be, sexual assault, mental abuse, verbal abuse. So, that's how you would know. But to answer this question, yes. You gonna judge me for me telling you my issues? Because that's usually what I get. Like, I was telling one of my family members that I had went to, I'm about to expose myself. I went to a mental health facility, right? Like, dude, we're all just out here living, surviving, trying our best. So I do not judge anyone. Don't be out here hurting good people just because you feel like, okay, they can handle it. Just because they can handle it does not mean that you should do it. The end. So, yes, I have experienced quite a few experiences that have impacted me tremendously. One at the age of 4, another at the age of 6, or 7. Another at the age of, I'm going to say 12. And then another at the age of 14. So that's 4. And those, it just impacts you differently because it's like you're smacked in the face with reality, and that's just it. And you realize, all people aren't as good as they say that they are, or that they pretend to be, right? And do you ever feel that you've been affected by feelings of edginess, anxiety, or nerves? Of course. But it's different. It's much more different than, you have a job interview coming up and you're very nervous about it. Okay, sure. Everybody's, well, I don't know about everybody because I don't know, but I just know about me. I know that, sometimes I'm nervous about job interviews just because I feel like, dang, what if they feel like I'm not good enough, da-da-da-da. But then it's like, you don't have to worry about other people's feelings and what they think of you. As long as you do a good job, you're fine. And even if you don't get the job, okay, you got knocked down, keep going, try again. But honestly, my whole anxiety thing is just kind of like, I think when I say these things, I am actively working to correct them, okay? So, sometimes, when I'm out with my friends or whatever, and you know when you're talking, right? And someone just automatically starts talking over you like they didn't hear you, whatever. So sometimes I do feel like, even if I do say what I want to say, is anyone even going to listen, or are they going to try to overshadow it with something else, of no importance to what I have to say? And have you ever experienced a week or longer of lower than usual interest in activities you usually enjoy? Yes. I'm not going to say all the time, but let's see. Yes. Yes. Like, I used to like going skating and bowling and swimming and going to the movies and going to dancing. And now it's just kind of like, I don't really know if those things are for me anymore. So if someone would invite me, I can't say that I would necessarily go. Just because who wants to constantly feel like the black sheep of the group? Like, you guys are literally inviting me here to talk over me, to treat me as if I am just a stand-in? No. So now, I tend to do a lot of things alone. Hence, we have Honesty Hour, and this is I'm not going to say my therapy, because I'm not going to share, every single painstaking detail about everything. But this is an outlet for me, right? Have you ever experienced an attack of fear, anxiety, or panic? Not necessarily. I can't say that it's an attack, but sometimes I have crippling anxiety with talking to people. How are you going to own a business, and not be able to talk to people? So this is also a way for me to get out of that, because I feel like Practice makes perfect. So this is me connecting with you on issues that affect us all. You don't have to be black. You don't have to be, you could be green. You could be green, okay? As long as these issues affect you, then you should feel me, right? Do feelings of anxiety or discomfort around others bother you? Yes. Yes. Why wouldn't it bother me? Like, am I supposed to be okay with people, saying that they're my friend, but then turn around and you hear, the next day how, when you were at so-and-so's house, so-and-so said this about you, and so-and-so said this about you. So sometimes it's just, I feel like, am I doing the right thing? Am I talking enough? Am I not talking enough? Am I engaging properly? Am I not engaging properly? And I've had that issue since I was a child, okay? Since I was a child, I've had that issue. So it's just kind of like, when will it get better? Because I remember I was having a conversation with my mom, and they were talking about something, right? I don't know what it is. It was something, very much something. No. She was talking about something, and I was like, awkward. And she just stared at me like, why would that be awkward if it's just us two? So yeah, it's just kind of like, am I properly engaging? Am I saying the right things? And how do you know that you're saying the right thing? I had a group of friends, and when I lived in Hartford, right? So I had a group of friends, and one of my, they used to pick me up. We go riding around, do stuff together, whatever. And you know how girls talk about, girl issues, whatever, man troubles, la la la. So one of the friends was talking about her man issues, and she was just kind of like, well, what should I do? What should I tell him? What should I do? What should I do? Blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, well, maybe you should tell him the truth. Maybe you should just tell him the truth and see where that leads you. And she was like, well, what if, she thought she was pregnant. She was like, well, what if I'm pregnant? But she had multiple sex partners. And I said, well, then you would just have to tell the truth. And you would have to say, well, listen, I had sex with you, I had sex with you, and I had sex with you. I'm pregnant. I don't know which one of y'all could be the father, but I'm hoping that all three of y'all stick around long enough to figure out who's the pops. The end. And she got so upset with me, and she just like, the driver was like, you know what, we're just gonna drop you back at home. And I'm like, well, that's fine. I mean, I'm not really the yes man friend. Like, I feel like, how can we possibly be engaging in a meaningful conversation if you're just expecting me to agree with everything that you say? That is not possible. I'm just supposed to agree with everything that you're saying in hopes that you like me, or in hopes that, I'm saying the right thing for you? No, ma'am. Unfortunately, me saying the right things, it doesn't really, I shouldn't have to feel like I need to say the right things. I feel like I should need to say the truth, and the truth hurts, but you'll get over it. It's fine. Like, you're not gonna die from hearing the truth. Do you experience a change in sleeping habits? Yes, of course. So sometimes I'm able to sleep for 8 hours, and another time I'm able to sleep for 4 hours. Or, sometimes when I'm off of work, I like to nap. I thought that was healthy. I don't think as a functioning adult You should just be out here freestyling life all the time. You know, sometimes you need a break, and that's where naps come in. It's okay to shut your mind down, shut your body down, and take a nap. No one's gonna judge you inside of your own house. So yes, my sleeping habits do change. Sometimes I'm able to stay up till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I still wake up at 6:30. I cook breakfast for my kids, you know, make sure they get off to school, and then I go to work. And do you experience a change in appetite? I don't know, cause I like to eat, so I can't really say that it's a change in appetite, but sometimes I do want certain foods, and I'll be able to eat certain foods every day. Like I like breakfast tacos, you know. I might do potato, bacon, egg, and cheese, or I might do chorizo, potato, egg, and cheese, or I might just do chorizo and egg. I might do potato and egg. And then sometimes I like to make like scalloped potatoes, pancakes, eggs with some biscuits on the side. So I can't say that my eating habits change very significantly. Sometimes I like to eat a lot of junk foods, and sometimes I don't. I guess it just depends. Are you bothered by feelings of low feelings, stress, or sadness? I thought that was a everybody thing. I didn't know that it was, you know, just a me thing. I thought everybody experienced, you know, one day you're happy, the next day you're sad. So I was just like, this is not normal. This is crazy. I thought it was perfectly normal to, you know, you have a memory of the past and then you get sad. Oh, he just opened her door. That is so sweet. You know, and sometimes during the day, like, I'll be completely fine. And then boom, next thing you know, I have a deep wave of sadness, and I'm over here like, oh my God, I'm not far enough in life. I'm a horrible mom. I'm not doing enough. I'm not as far as I need to be in life. And, you know, it comes and it goes. That is depression. Depression is when you are worried about the past. And anxiety is like when you're worried about the future. I feel like the best thing to help with that is to honestly stay in the present. As hard as it is, as hard as you want to, you know, go back and reminisce, or, you know, think about what you could have done differently, you can't change it. Stay present. Stay present. Do not slip off. Stay present. How frequently have you been bothered by not being able to stop worrying? A lot. What do you mean? What do you mean? Because I am a single mom, 2 kids. I got a boy. And you know, I'm all telling him, you know, how there is no way that I could possibly teach you how to be a man. And I say, you know, at this point, I feel like maybe it's best if, you know, you surround yourself with, you know, different male influences, so, you know, they could teach you things about what it's like being a black male. And this boy certainly surprised me, because he said, you know, I know that you can't teach me. This is how you know if you are raising good people or not, man. He just said, you know, Mom, I know that you can't teach me how to be a man, but I'm certain that once I go out and explore the world, that I'll be able to learn. And I was just like, Is this the same person that, 15 years just came up out my belly? I still remember him being little. And it's like we grew up together because, every time I turn a year older, he turns a year older. It's just kind of like God. I remember we were such a little happy, joyous baby. You always used to smile, laugh, and, kiss and hug. And I still do that with him. Like, we have a very good connection. Or at least we're trying to make it better. Just because I don't want him to feel the same way I feel. And that's just kind of it. Do you feel the future is bleak? No. Sometimes, okay, I'm not going to sit here and lie because this is called Honesty Hour. I have my days where I'm like, is my business going to do okay? Am I doing the right thing? Should I give up? So sometimes, yes, I do feel like my future is bleak, but most of the time, I try to have a positive disposition just because you have to have a positive mindset to be able to look at all the things you have and be able to appreciate them fully. So it's not really bleak. It's more of sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough, or I feel like I should be married already, and I'm not. So it's just kind of like, what is this? And once in a while you find a good person. You really like that person. You spend months getting to know that person, and then you find out that that it's a good person. They may be the right person for you, but now is not a good time. So that kind of makes it a little bleak. Like, why isn't this the right time? And then you realize, like, both of y'all got so much stuff going on to the point where, even if you would hook up and, try a relationship, it's not going to give what it's supposed to give. So you're going to be stuck once again wondering, why wasn't I good enough, or la 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 la. So as far as my future being bleak, no. But I am a single black woman, right? And I want my doors held open. I want to be hugged. I want to be kissed. I want to be loved, but do I feel like my dating life my social life and my dating life is bleak? Very, very. So now, when you know your worth, things get very lonely, and it's just like, dang, so, especially if you're like the type that just want to date black, marry black, be black all the time. I am very pro black. I have nothing against any race of people. It's just that I would prefer to date someone who's had my own struggles, someone who knows what it's like, someone who can appreciate the effort that I am putting into making sure that my life, my future is going to be something that my younger self would look at and be proud of. And honestly, I think my younger self will be proud of me. I'm not where I want to, I'm not where I want to be, but I am in a good place. I have a home, I have a car, I have a job, I'm working towards my goals. So I can say that my younger self, she will be proud of me. She'll be a little proud of me. I'm not gonna say she'd be like super proud of me, but she'd be proud of me because I went through so much. And then you sit back and you realize, like, man, I was just a kid. And then it's like, you have to reflect. You have to reflect on the past. Just to appreciate where you are now. You know, did I ever think that I was going to move to several different states and be able to say I went to California and I've been to Florida and I've, you know, I worked at a casino and I met football players and I met basketball players and, you know, would my younger self be able to say she's proud of the experiences and the things that I've seen and the things that I was able to learn? Yes. But would she be proud of me having 2 kids and no husband? No. Because you want you want to know why? Because literally, you know, how you do that whole planning out your life or whatever. I said I wanted to be married by 30 and I wanted a princess wedding. You know, with the long white flowy gown and the whole shebang. But as I grew older, I realized, like, what would be the point of having a wedding for a bunch of people that don't even care about me? And then as soon as the wedding is over, they're going to talk about me. Like, yeah, did you see Shonda's dress or her husband? No. So instead of having a big fabulous wedding, we could have a nice fabulous honeymoon. Or we could use that money for a down payment on our family home or a dream house. Anything besides just throwing a big party for people that's gonna talk about me as soon as they get in their car to leave, or better yet, they're gonna talk about you at your motherfucking reception while they eating up the food that you had to pay for them to eat. Child, please. Miss me. What feelings do you have towards working towards your goals? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like overwhelmed. And then sometimes I feel like, you know, I'm not doing enough. And then, you know, sometimes because comparison is the thief of joy. Before I even continue, comparison is the thief of joy. But, you know, sometimes you scrolling on social media and you see your family commenting on somebody else's business post, but you have the exact same products that other person has. It's like, are you serious right now? What feelings do you have towards working towards your goals? Honestly, I feel like hard work is expected. Entrepreneurship is not easy. Trying to have a business is not easy. It doesn't even matter, like, whatever kind of business you are, whether you're trying to brand yourself as a person, products, thing, place, it's not easy. You have to deal with, you know, 1 month you're going to get 10 orders. The next month you may get 0 orders. So I feel like if you have hard work, persistence, and perseverance, you know, you can really do anything. Although, in the back of my mind, I always say, like, I don't like hard work and da-da-da-da, but I can't say that I've ever taken an easy route for anything. So, then it's like, in the back of my mind, do you really believe that you don't enjoy hard work? Because I tend to make things harder for myself. And I don't know why. It's just kind of like, oh, well, if it comes easy, it's going to leave easy. You know? I don't know. And do you feel supported by others? I mean, this is honesty hour. Y'all want me to be honest or y'all want me to be flake with you? I'm going to be honest. No. Well, yes and no. Before I just jump off the deep end, no. Yes and no. Like, honestly, I feel more supported by, I'm going to take this chance. To thank my friend Ash, who I met at Mickey Freaky Conduit Global, and we were working on a Verizon campaign together, and it was like the only available seat. And I just happened to sit by her, and I was like, is the seat taken, da-da-da. And I pulled out snacks, and she had snacks, and boom, we became cool. And I was like, I was talking to her during the shift or whatever, and she was talking to me. And she's like, usually I don't really talk to people here, da-da-da. And I was like, well, okay. I was saying, well, maybe we should hang out outside of work, because she said, like, she doesn't go out, she doesn't do this, da da da. And I was like, maybe we should hang out because I do those things. So I kind of helped her get out of her shell just a little bit. She still never went to the swimming pool with her two-piece on with me, but hey, it's whatever, girl. I still love you. And she was one of the very few people that actually made me feel loved and supported in Texas. She was one of the few people that made me feel loved and supported in Texas. And then I also have yeah, that's about it. So that's the yes part. But as far as social media goes, of course, people like your posts and, they comment on your posts. So yes, in that sense, I do feel supported. But then when it comes down to honestly supporting, where it comes to sharing a post, liking a post, commenting on a post, yes, I feel supported. But some social media outlets where I have mainly family, no, I don't feel supported, because I'll literally post 10 different things about my business. And the one thing that they will comment on is where I said, hey, I'm going to give you these options for free, da da da. Like, okay, you still could have liked the business. You could have liked my other business post too. You could have shared my other business post too. But I'm not going to trip about it. It is what it is. And that's where the kind of no thing comes in too, because it just depends on which social media outlet that I'm posting on. And then also when it comes down to, support, some people tend to say, well, support is a person purchasing my products, and I honestly don't feel like you have to buy my products to support me. You could easily watch my YouTube videos, share a YouTube video, share a business product post. Just because you're not you're not in my target audience doesn't mean that your friend might not be. So why wouldn't you help your cousin out, help your family out, help a friend out, and share a business post? That's crazy ridiculous. That is crazy ridiculous. So it's kind of a yes or no thing. Back to what I was saying when I was answering the previous question, what feelings do you have towards working towards your goals? So I'm going to bring what I said up, something about what I said, to this other question. Do you feel supported by others? Especially when I see my family comment on another business owner post and we got the same products. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all could easily pay your little shipping. Like, yes, okay, I understand I don't have free shipping. I am a small business. Have you seen the shipping rates lately? Them mugs are $9. Well over $9 to ship one product. I cannot afford to take that out of my pocket. Well, I cannot afford to take that out of my pocketbook right now. But if you guys are able to support me, share a post, like a post, send it to a friend, send it to somebody who wears bundles, send it to somebody that likes eyelashes, send it to everybody need a bonnet. Everybody everybody can use a silk edge wrap, protect them edges. Bow, mine's growing back. What you mean? Bow. Protect your hair. Protecting your hair is like an everybody thing. So, okay, true. You may not like lashes. You may not like bundles. But you could use a bonnet, can't you? Oh, wait. The beauty supply store has some for $5. And mine are $4. It's really that simple. But I'm going to let that go. Next question. Relationships lately. Like, how do I feel about personal relationships and, relationships regarding friendships and things like that? Honestly, I look at relationships as they are not needed. Unless they are, here I go. Unless it is networking, what am I looking for a relationship for? And anyways, I heard that when you go looking for a relationship, that's when you run into Mr. Friendly Dingling, or you run into Mr. Broke Guy that just wants to borrow your car and live in your house for free and eat up all your kids' groceries. Okay, we are not looking for relationships. Honestly, I am open. I am very open to networking opportunities and networking relationships. But as far as personal relationships, right now, I don't think that's the best thing for me. I don't think that's the best thing for me. Do you feel like you're maintaining a healthy balance between leisure, yourself, career, physical activity, and those that I care about? Honestly, yes. Because when I need my alone time, I will tell my children, hey, I tend to get alone time when they are asleep. Or, it's wind down time before bed where we have no devices or whatever before we go to bed. Yes, I will definitely spend time with them. But then, yes. How relaxed do you feel most of the time? I don't know. If I'm at work or something, like, if I'm at work, I do not feel relaxed. Just because every time you relaxing at work, here come Miss Francine want to know, are you single and what you be doing outside of work and da-da-da-da. Like, why do you need to know those things? Honestly, I feel like people at work should stay where they at work. We do not have to be friends. Not unless you are trying to, buy some business, like buy some products or something. Are you trying to watch my YouTube channel? Like, are you going to support the things that I do outside of work? Or are you just, wanting to know these things to have something to talk about? Because I dealt with that. I noticed that when I was in San Antonio, a lot of people are really nerd. They are really nosy at your job because they want to know what you have going on outside of work because they literally have no lives. Like, so they want to have something to talk about. Like, instead of talking about something that they personally did, they would rather sit there and talk about you. Like, huh? You don't have a life? So no, right now, I do not feel relaxed. I was relaxed in the beginning, and then just a whole bunch of people just pulled up, and now I don't feel relaxed at all. So, yeah. Do you have extreme emotions or mood swings? Of course. Like, if somebody leaves me on red, I'd be livid. Like, how could you do this? You didn't answer. You didn't pick up. Like, you just gonna leave me hanging. And I think that's like I think that's abandonment issues or something. Like you're scared that this person, you know, doesn't want to talk to you or whatever, but I'm actively working towards that, because now if somebody leaves me on red, I really don't care. I really don't care. I really don't care. And that was so cute. He opened her door twice. That was cute. Yeah, sometimes I don't know, because I can't say that they are extreme. Like, honestly, excuse me. I can't say that they are, you know, extremely extreme, because, you know, if someone is making you upset, it's just like, okay, you know that I'm telling you, I'll verbally express it first. Say, hey, you're making me upset right now. You know, I'll verbally express it. Then you keep on doing it, that's gonna make me livid. And I think my second child, my daughter, she was born just to, you know, test me on that. So I'm learning patience, and patience is a very hard thing to learn. Because, like, I don't know, I can't really say that they're extreme, but I do. Okay, when it comes to like anger, no, it's not extreme. But when it comes to sadness, that is extreme, because it's like one moment I'm super happy smiling, and then boom, you just have the intrusive thoughts that creep in, you know, like, what if I'm not doing enough, what if I'm not good enough, da da da. So it's like, yes, in that sense, yes, it is extreme. And then I had another example, but I can't remember it. So just give me a minute so I can recollect it. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what it's called, but it's associated with people. Like, you know, one minute I'll think, you know, oh, this is pretty cool, hanging out with such and such, da da da. And then the next minute I'm like, man, fuck them. You know, it's like, do I even like them? Do I even like being around them? Do they even like being around me? You know, should I even continue this? So then I'll go into a state where I totally shut myself off. I'm like, you know, whatever, it doesn't even matter. But in the back of my mind, it's just like, it does matter, because, you know, what if this person is truly my friend, and I'm up here acting like, you know, this person means nothing to me, right? Right. And then trauma and triggers, how are they related? Honestly, I think, you know, if you had, they are related. I'm not going to say how are they related, because then it's like, you know, I have to do examples, but I'll just do one. Like, you know, let's say you grew up in foster care, you know, so then you have an issue that someone might, you know, abandon you. That's abandonment issues. Or let's say you had a mom, but she wasn't really around, you know, so then you have mommy issues. Like, you have mom issues. And, you know, or you have a dad, and he was around, but he was very nonchalant. He didn't care about your feelings, you know, that sort of thing. So then you have, I can't remember what it's called, but I do know, I can't remember what it's called. So honestly, I'm not even going to try to remember it. But then that's something related to the type of men that you choose in your life. So you tend to choose the men that are nonchalant and, you know, very closed off to you and don't want to be emotionally available. So trauma and triggers are related. I hope that this episode of Honesty Hour was able to help you guys as much as it helped me. Honestly, we are just doing something. I'm doing something new, and this is an outlet for me. Thank you for joining, guys. I love you all. Be sure to watch the next episode, which talks about coping strategies. We're going to talk about self-care. What else? I have it right here. We're going to talk about self-care, what type of products or services that you use, what type of self-care tips you want to share. Be sure to join me, guys. I'm honestly excited for Honesty Hour because it's a way for me to get to know you guys and for you to get to know me. You might get to know me and you might feel like you don't like me, but that's fine. We can work it out. And even if we can't work it out, I'll still live. Thanks for joining Honesty Hour. This is Shonda. Have a good day, y'all.